If you're a seller on Amazon, you know that one of the most important and yet most challenging things to do is to get ungated. If you're brand new and you don't know what the term ungating means, it basically means to get permission from the manufacturer or brand to be able to sell their products on the Amazon platform. Most of the best brands and products out there are naturally gated by Amazon. And the reason is very simple. Amazon wants to protect their users from fake or knockoff goods. As you probably know, there are a lot of goods out there that come from China or other countries that are not legit. So Amazon, for several years now, has imposed several rules for Amazon sellers to be able to sell those products. But don't worry. The good news here is that it's much easier than you think. I'm going to share 4 methods to get ungated pretty much in every single brand and product that you need to be a seller on Amazon. And I'm going to rank them from the easiest to the most difficult. Method number 1. You're going to get ungated using Kohls. If you're not familiar, Kohls is one of the major retailers in the United States. For the last few years, Kohls has been a strategic partner for Amazon. And you probably know this if you live in the US. If you ever purchased from Amazon and needed to return that product to Amazon, one of the options that Amazon offers is to return by visiting a Kohls retail store. So you go to the retail store, you go to Kohls, and return your item. For what I hear, for the last year or so, Amazon has allowed sellers to show invoices from Kohls to get ungated successfully. And I have done this personally with several of the products and brands that I have personally gotten ungated on. So what you would do is very simple. You go to Kohls.com and let's say you want to get ungated on Nike, Adidas, Converse, Puma, Under Armour, or many other brands. It can also be toy brands like Disney, Marvel, Lego, etc., you name it. So you would go online and buy 10 items of each of these brands that you want to be ungated on. So first, what you're going to do, and by the way, this applies to all of the 4 methods that I'm going to show here. First, you're going to go to Amazon. You're going to go, let's say you want to get ungated in Disney. You're going to go and look for a toy, and then you're going to filter by brands, and you're going to filter by the brand Disney. And then you're going to see if Kohls has that item. Or you can do it the other way around. You can go through the Kohls catalog and see if they have any Disney toys, and then you go to Amazon and try to find the corresponding item on Amazon. Once you make sure that you do find the corresponding item on Amazon, you go to Kohls and you buy that item. You buy 10 of that item. And you repeat and rinse with every single brand that you want to get ungated on. Then Kohls is going to ship that big box of items to your house, and you're going to take pictures of the item. You're going to take pictures of the shipping label, of the box, the different angles of the picture. If you can hold the product in your hand while you're taking the pictures, even better. Always make sure that the business address that you are purchasing your product from Kohls to matches the business address that you currently have on your Seller Central account. And then you're gonna just add a product on Amazon Seller Central, request to sell it, request approval, attach all your images and proof, and hopefully you will be getting ungated using the Kohls method. Method number 2 is by doing exactly the same thing, but buying from the brand's website directly. I have a few videos already out doing this, but for example, if you want to get ungated on Nike, you go to Nike.com and you buy, let's say, 10 wristbands, and then you find the corresponding item on Amazon. Nike ships the product to you, and you submit that as proof to Amazon. If Nike doesn't send you a physical invoice, you can always use the digital invoice. So you go to your Nike account online and you look for your past orders. You will see your invoice or purchase order. You take a screenshot. You could also take a screenshot of your confirmation email that Nike sent you right after your purchase, and basically use every piece of evidence that you have to submit to Amazon to get ungated. And again, don't forget to take pictures of the item, the box, all that stuff that we already talked about. By the way, if you're liking this video, do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel, and I really want to start putting more of these videos out there for you guys. So like the video and subscribe to the channel. And method number 3 now. Method number 3 is a little unorthodox. You will be buying directly from Amazon, so you're basically using Amazon as a wholesale supplier. There are a few rules to go with this. Number 1, make sure that the Amazon account that you're using to buy the product from is not the same account that you're using to sell on Amazon. So different email address, different phone number if you can, or use an Amazon account from your spouse or family member or friend. Don't risk your Amazon seller account. So use a separate account. Number 2, preferably that account that you're using to buy the product from should be non-prime. Non-prime. I am not exactly sure, but it seems that people that have bought using a prime account have gotten that account red flagged. So number 1, make it not your selling account. Number 2, make it non-prime. And number 3, make sure that you're buying from Amazon.com or Amazon, not a third-party seller. Once the item arrives, do the same thing. Take photos, use Amazon's invoice and submit it as proof. And number 4, now this one is the hardest because usually requires a minimum order amount, but is buying from, it's kind of like the old school way. You would be buying from wholesale suppliers. So for example, if you want to get ungated in toys, you would be buying from EE distribution, meaning that you would need to open a wholesale account, and I believe they require a $250 minimum purchase, so you would need to purchase at least that amount, and there you would be buying 10 and 10 and 10 of each of the items or brands that you want to get ungated on. If you want to get ungated on DVDs, for example, you would go to christianbook.com, I believe it is called. And anyway, you would be finding all these different suppliers that are bigger and reputable companies that Amazon already trusts. I already made a video on how to get ungated on groceries by using Frontier Co-op, which is a legitimate wholesale supplier of food and beauty products. So that, in my opinion, is the last resort because it's the most difficult to execute. They do require a minimum order, so you are going to end up spending more money. And last but not least, chances of you returning the item once you get ungated, which you can definitely do with Kohls and with the brand itself, but I would not recommend returning the product to Amazon itself, which is the 3rd method. Then that is also out of the picture with the 4th method, because once you buy from a wholesale supplier, that's it. They don't usually allow you to return the product. Meanwhile, with Kohls, you can, that's the easiest one. You can easily buy a bunch of items, get ungated, and then easily either cancel your order if you got ungated the same day, or once you receive the product, you can also get a refund, a complete refund, and maybe even a credit from them. Now, a few things to keep in mind in the ungating process. Ungating is not an exact science. The ASIN numbers that you use disappear on Amazon, and you gotta find new ASINs to get ungated on. Sometimes Amazon will reject your ungating request, in which case I recommend that you continue resubmitting, because if you do have all the proof and evidence, sometimes what happens is that you might be getting a bad manual reviewer on Amazon, somebody who is not paying a lot of attention to your case, and it's just a matter of finding the right manual reviewer to review your case and ungate you. So every few days, resubmit your ungating request. If that still doesn't work, I recommend that you reach out to Amazon, to customer support, and you explain that you believe that you have all the proof that you need to get ungated. What else are you missing? That way they can help you and they can provide more feedback on what is it exactly that they think that you are missing to get ungated. Another important point about ungating is always try to spend the least amount of money possible. For example, for groceries, try to buy like a little tea that you might spend $4 a unit, Remember, you're gonna have to buy 10 units. So if you buy a $4 tea, that means that you're spending $40 in ungating on groceries. For another video that I did about ungating on Lego, I'm not buying a $100 Lego because that would mean that I would spend $1,000 to buy 10 units. No, I bought a little keychain that cost me $7. So I spent $70 in getting ungated. So always look for the minimum amount that you can spend per unit if possible. And last but not least, remember, it might be a little difficult to get ungated, but don't lose hope. Because once you get ungated, what it means is that this opens a world of possibility for you as an Amazon seller. Products that are extremely competitive and they sell very, very well on Amazon are usually gated. So once you are ungated, that means that now you can be one of the competitors and start making some serious money with Amazon. In other words, that's the barrier to entry on Amazon. A lot of people don't want to go through the hassle of getting ungated. They think it's too expensive, too difficult, etc. But it really is not. Just find products that you want to sell, find good, reputable brands that you want to sell, get ungated, and start selling. That's as simple as it is. And hopefully this video helped you. If it did, do me a huge favor and again, like the video. The more likes it gets, the more YouTube likes it and the more my channel gets out to people. And that means I get more motivated to make more videos for you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, subscribe. Also, you can join my Discord channel. It's completely free. And in my Discord, I believe we have about 200 members. You have a direct line of access to me. I can answer your questions absolutely for free. This is not a paid consultation or anything like that. Just join the Discord channel. All the links, including discounts to software like Tactical Arbitrage and Source Mogul, and all the tools and software that I use for my business, you will find links that will give you discounts and free trials, links to my TikTok, to my Discord channel. It's all in the description in the video. So if you want to check those out, click on that link. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video.